I'm ready to get started at the gym, but how many days per week do I need to go work out? I read online that I can do 1 day, 2 day. I can read that I should do 6 or 7 days. How many days should I be working out at the gym? What's up, dreamers? Welcome to Driving Vibe. And today I want to talk about how many days you need to work out at the gym. I'm going to go over a little information about the internet. You have to be very careful what you read on the internet. You have to be very careful on what you hear from people, especially on social media. Now, that does go to show, that does go for me to, I don't know how I was about to phrase that, but that goes for me as well. So whatever I say, you should cross-reference it and make sure that it's accurate. Also, there's individual variances. So what works for me may not work for you. What works for other people may not work for you. What works for you may not work for everybody else. Okay, so you got to keep all that stuff in mind. But how many days should you go to the gym? If you have never gone to the gym before, if you have never worked out, if you're just starting out, you absolutely need to start slow. 1 or 2 days a week, full body each day would be the perfect amount to start. Build from there. You do that for a couple months, build that habit, make sure you're really into it, make sure you're learning proper form on all the exercises to prevent injury. And then once you're a couple months in, then you can work on adding a 3rd day or a 4th day or a cardio specific day, right? So there's really no true answer on how many days that you should go. But the truth of the matter is that if you are going from zero days at all and only doing 1 day per week, that is 100% more. Think about it. That is already 100% more than you have been doing before. Okay, that's a whole day more than that's a whole day of activity more than you were doing previously. So you have to think about it that way. It is important it is so important not to get burnt out. It's so important to prevent injury so that you don't have a negative experience, because a negative experience is going to really be detrimental for your current journey as well as future journeys. Okay, so like if you get injured or you just have a bad time, and then you try to redo, and then you stop your journey. And then in a couple months or a couple years, you come back and you're like, I want to start up again. You're instantly gonna think about that negative, the negative journey that you had that first time. So it's very important to try to eliminate any and all aspects of negativity and potential, downfalls. I will say downfalls. What's it called? Hiccups that you can. And obviously, you don't want to get injured. So form is important. Okay. So you can start 1 or 2 days a week. That is very beneficial, especially if you haven't worked out or gone to the gym at all, yet. Now, if you're more experienced, you can fluctuate. So like recently I switched from going 4 days a week to 6 days a week. Okay. Because I changed my goals. Another thing is it's going to go with your goals. So like my goals changed. Now I want to build muscle and really gain weight. So I am working 6 days a week to gain this weight. Once I gain the muscle that I'm looking to build, I'm going to work to maintain it. And then that my goal will change from building to maintenance. And then I'm going to probably reduce back down to 4 or 5 days per week, depending on what my goals are. And I've completely eliminated cardio. I walk. I put a ton of steps in a day, but I do an active walk where I'm actively walking on purpose, not just like walking around the house or doing chores or whatever. I do have that cardio, but I don't run right now. And I'm sure in the future, once I gain my weight, I'm going to want to run Spartan races again. So goals are going to change. Goals are also important. They're an important factor for how many days you put in at the gym. Okay. So it all there's a lot of different stipulations in regards to how many days you should do at the gym. You just have to, 1, be careful if you're a beginner and start slow, and 2, align it with your goals. Okay. If you have any questions, if you have any tips, let me know in the comments. I would love to get this conversation started. Hit that like button, helps out the channel. Hit that subscribe button for more content like this. And I hope to see everybody in the next video. Later, dreamers.